and welcome to WTNB Today. I'm your host, Wendy Benton. Thank you for joining us. We hope you're having a great day. And we want to thank our sponsor, led-gear.com. If you have lighting or staging needs, please visit their website, led-gear.com. Let's take a quick look at our calendar of events sponsored by Southeast Crossroads Magazine. You can pick one of these up at area retailers in Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk County. On February 5th, Al Simmons will be in concert at the Conn Center at 7 p.m. For ticket information, please call Lee University. Also, Monster Jam on February 6th and 7th at McKenzie Arena beginning at 6:30. Ticket for adults is $10, kids are $5. February 14th, CASA of Bradley County will have their Red Shoe Gala at 6 p.m. at the Old Woolen Mill. Tickets for couples is $75 and $50 for individuals. February 15th, Jazzanuga at the Hunter Museum. That is a brunch beginning at 11 a.m. Tickets for members is $20 and $25 for non-members. Also, February 17th, do not forget, an evening with Mark Lowry benefiting the Caring Place. For ticket information, you can visit eventbrite.com or go to www.thecaringplaceonline.org. February 21st, the Brouhaha will be at the Museum Center at 5 Points from 4 to 8. For ticket information, go to themuseumcenter.org. A lot of fun things going on, as always. And today's guest, I'm here with Linda Hisey, and she is the Executive Director of Media Relations and Community Outreach. I had to read that just to make sure I got it all correct. So she will be with me as my guest after this break from Kyle Motors. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Bill Kyle. I'm the owner of Kyle Motors, Cleveland, Tennessee. We're located at 802 20th Street Southeast. We're one block from Blythe-Bauer School, one block from Cleveland Alden Highway. When you come in, don't forget to ask about the service contract. We have service contract on most all vehicles. And we invite you to come on over and take a look at these cars. For financing, we'll take care of your financing for you. Now, we have a lot of vehicles under $5,000. Ask about the vehicles. If you're looking for a car under $5,000, this is the place to go. Now, let's take a look at our top 3 vehicles for the month. We have a 2001 Chevrolet Tracker, automatic, air conditioning. The price is only $49.95. It's red in color, beautiful car. We have a 2001 Ford Ranger, automatic, golden color. Price is only $69.95. Come in and take a look at this Ford truck. We have a 99 Jeep Cherokee, 6-cylinder, automatic, blue in color. Price is only $64.50. Come in and take a look at this Jeep. My name is Bill Kyle, owner of Kyle Motors. We invite you to come in and take a look at these vehicles. Tony Sissom will show you a lot more cars that we have on the lot to choose from.
Hey, welcome to Kyle Motors. I'm Tony Sissom, General Manager of Kyle Motors. Just come by and see us at 802 20th Street, Cleveland, Tennessee. Phone number 423-790-7100. Here we have a 1999 Chevrolet Tahoe, LT, red, new tires, brakes, leather, loaded up. Come drive it today, take it home today. Folks, right here we got a 2000 Oldsmobile Intrigue, automatic, air, windows, locks, tilt cruise. Just a real nice car for $39.95. 2000 model Ford Focus, just a real clean car. First good teenage car, first car. Come by and get it today, windows, locks, tilt cruise, and air. Last but not least, we have a 2005 Dodge Caravan with only 96,000 miles. It seats 7 people. With stow and go on the rear, only 96,000 miles, 2005 model. Come by and take it home today.
My name is Bill Kyle, owner of Kyle Motors. We invite you to come in and take a look at these vehicles.
Welcome back to WTNB Today. I'm here with Miss Linda Hisey. She has come from Chattanooga to talk to us about donating blood and blood assurance, and she is over that. She's the Executive Director of Media Relations and Community Outreach. So, Miss Linda, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Well, I think it's a very needed conversation to have, and that our audience needs to hear as well, the importance of giving blood and then your role in keeping that message out there. So welcome, and I want you to share a little bit about yourself and your story.
Absolutely. Well, I've been at Blood Assurance for 14 years, which is kind of an amazing thing to me when I look back on it. It seems like it was just yesterday. I actually went to work there in 2001 in April, and so I just was getting my feet wet when September the 11th happened. And so that was sort of my baptism by fire, to say the least. We had so many people that wanted to come in and donate blood. They just wanted to do whatever they could do to help out the citizens and the patients and all up in New York and everywhere. It was a very touching time for me. It's when I knew I was doing what I should be doing. But it was a crazy, crazy day, and as you all remember, we didn't have to have as much blood as we thought. Unfortunately, those people had died. So, but the community came out, and I knew then that was a great decision to come to work for Blood Assurance. I knew that the community supported us, and I have enjoyed it for 14 years.
Right. Well, and it seems like communities, anytime there's a crisis, that was more on a national level, but local levels, there's always an outpouring of community support.
You are so right. Just when there's a tornado or anything that just a bad wreck, you know, the wreck from Charleston several years ago, that was something where people just wanted to help, and one way they can help is to give blood, to make sure that the inventory levels are high enough and they're there for when people need it.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit, before we go on, about the need for it, the history of blood assurance.
Blood Assurance has been around since 1972. It was developed by some local doctors in the Medical Society down in Chattanooga, and some community volunteers. The JCs actually got involved and said, you know, there's a need for a blood bank. Sometimes you have to think about, well, you know, where does that blood come from? Years past, you had to go, and when you went to surgery, you brought someone with you to give blood in case you needed it. And we wanted to make sure that there was a way to have blood on hand and ready just in case someone needed it in surgery or for their medical treatment. So in 1972, Blood Assurance was founded as a nonprofit organization, and we started out very small, but we have continued to grow over these past years. Looking forward to celebrating 50 years very soon.
I thought that was fascinating when you told me that you took someone with you when you were
Yes.
having surgery. And, you know, I guess growing up in kind of this day and time, I would never have thought something like that. You know, you just assume, you know, oh, it's there, and it's always going to be there, no problem.
It's like an aspirin. You think it's going to be there, and you can manufacture more when you need it, but you can't. It's not one of those things that we can just ramp up production for that day. If we need more, it's volunteers that come in, and it comes in from people, and we have to ask people to answer that call.
Right. And you had also mentioned before we came on the air about the Civil War and the
Yes.
transfusions that were done back then even.
Scary, wasn't it?
Yes.
We were discussing the fact that, you know, back then people didn't even know about the type of what type blood you were. So I think they were experimenting a little bit with transfusion on the battlefield, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. And it must have been because they got lucky sometimes with the correct blood type, or as we all know, the universal blood type is O negative, so anybody can use that. But if you have the wrong blood type, it's poison to your body.
Right. And I told you too, my husband always gets those calls
Yes.
because he is O negative.
And we probably just beat him up on the telephone all the time.
He always has messages.
But you know, we consider that our O negative donors so special because they can give blood to anyone. So if you're in an emergency situation and the paramedics and the doctors and the trauma doctors are working on you, they're not going to take that extra time to type your blood to see what it is that you have. If you're at A positive or B negative, they're going to give you O negative because that is compatible with every blood type. And that'll save your life. And then until they get you stable and can figure out what exactly your blood type is, that they'll continue with the blood type that is your perfect match.
Okay. And how long does it take to test for your blood type?
Well, it doesn't
like
take
if you're in
very
that
long.
situation.
Right. Normally, you can do it with a single finger stick. It's not one of those things that we do at Blood Assurance because when we take the blood from a donation to test it in our lab to make sure it's clean and doesn't have any disease or any problems at all, we also type it to find out what type of blood it is. So that's a good way to find out what type your blood is, but it's also just a good way to help people survive their surgeries
Yes.
and their medical needs.
Talk to us about, I had talked to you about giving blood and at my previous employer, and my children have at their school when
Right.
there has been a blood mobile, and that's very convenient. Talk to us about when a donor goes in, gives the blood, what is the journey of that blood?
That's a good question. A lot of people are afraid to come in because they don't know what we're going to ask them or what's going to exactly happen. So I love to educate people about how easy it is. And so when you come in to give blood, and whether you're at a blood mobile or coming into one of our locations, because we try to make it very convenient, we'll take our blood mobile to your place of business, and that helps. But you come in and do a little mini physical. It's no big deal. We take your blood pressure and test your iron to see if it's high enough to give. You probably are only donating blood about 7 minutes at the most, and after that, just rest and take a little. We have snacks and liquid refreshments for you to just keep yourself feeling better. And we want to watch you, just make sure that you're not having a reaction, and which is very rare. But that blood then goes to our lab in Chattanooga, and it's tested. It's put through a battery of tests. You want to make sure that blood is safe for everybody that's going to be using it. So we test for many things, for hepatitis and HIV, so just a battery of tests that go through to make sure it's good.
And then do you store it at that facility?
We do. We have storage there, but I'll be honest with you, it doesn't stay there long. The hospitals need it every single day, and it goes out just about as fast as it comes in.
Okay. Well, there's so much to know. We're going to take a quick break,
Sure.
and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the myths behind donating blood. We'll be right back after this message.
East West Media is not the area's largest billboard company. They do, however, have the area's best billboard locations and most creative advertising ideas. If you need new customers in Bradley, McMinn, or North Hamilton County, you should give them a call and talk about what is important to your business.
I'm Dr. Ricky Hutchison with Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint. Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint is located at 2350 North Ocoee Street, next to Loopy's Pizza. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 6. We run a free sports medicine clinic on Saturdays. For athletes that get injured during the week or on Friday nights, they can come in and see us from 8 to 10. We want people to know that Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint is here for them because you're part of our family.
For over 25 years, Ed Jacobs and Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
Managing Editor of Southeast Crossroads magazine, our area's newest and free monthly publication. We focus on events, people, and culture of our area. Pick one up at over 200 locations in Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk counties, or check us out online at southeastcrossroads.com.
Live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Linda Hisey is here with us talking about donating blood and blood assurance and her role in that. And we've been talking a little bit about the history and the importance of donating blood. And we're going to talk about some of the myths. But Linda, January is your Donor Awareness Month.
It is. In January, back in 1969, President Nixon actually declared January as the National Volunteer Blood Donor Awareness Month because, that's a mouthful, because he knew how important it was that during cold and flu season and when people are busy and the weather's not cooperating, that we still need blood. And so it's just another way to become aware of it and to educate the community about it.
Mm-hmm. You were talking about it being flu season and people getting sick, and then schools are also out for snow or whatever. It's harder to get blood and blood donations. And so you think, why January?
Well, January is a tough time, but you know, January, February, and March around here, we never know what the weather's going to do in this part of the country. So it is important that we stay on top of things and know that when the schools are closed, that blood assurance is not getting the blood that they need, because we get blood from high school students, and it's a good place for us to get blood. They're usually very healthy students, and at the age of 16 they can start giving with parental consent, and 17 without parental consent. But it's, you know, they want to do it. They always want to give back to the community, and they want to give back to people who need things. The students are great. We get, I think about 16% of our blood comes from high school students.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that great? They're
Yes.
doing a good thing.
Now, what are the requirements for giving blood?
Well, you have to be 16 with parental consent or 17 without, and you have to weigh 110 pounds. And actually, at the upper age limit, there is nothing. It used to be we cut them off about 80 years old, but you know, there's 80-year-olds that are so healthy now and living so much longer. So as long as you feel good and your doctor says it's okay, you're good to give blood for as long as you can.
Okay, and are there medications that would prevent you from giving blood?
There are very few. The FDA regulates what it is that we can, defer people from giving blood. If you're diabetic, you don't have to be deferred. As long as you're not taking a bovine insulin, which would be an issue with us, we don't care that you're diabetic as long as you're under control and good. Same thing with high blood pressure. If you're on high blood pressure medicine, that's fine. You can still give blood. There's so many medications that don't prevent you from giving blood. Very, very few do. Obviously, blood thinners. You wouldn't want to donate blood if you were on blood thinners. And if you're pregnant, we don't want you to give blood. We're just trying to take care of that baby.
Right, right. Well, and what about the frequency of giving?
Every 56 days you can give whole blood, which is a nice thing. You can give 6 times a year because that's what the FDA allows for. But we just would encourage anyone to give every time the seasons change. So think about it doing it 4 times a year, quarterly. We talk about changing your batteries in your smoke detector. It's the same thing. Oh, it's another quarter, it's another season. I need to go give blood.
Right. We were talking too about your best time of year that you feel like people donate more. And
we did talk about that, and I wish that every day was a great day for us. Unfortunately, it's not. We're always looking for blood, but probably the best time to give blood, or the best results, or the best time that people come out for us, is in the springtime. There's not as much illness. There's not the weather issue. I mentioned that around Easter time, people are starting to think about rebirth and the whole reason for the Easter season and the giving of blood. So it is a good time for us during the spring when the flowers are blooming and all. People think about what they should be doing and how to help out other people. But this weather that's cold and dreary, it's not good for blood donations. And every day we need 440 units. So we just encourage people to brave the weather if they can, and if you're feeling good enough to come out and donate blood.
Right. I want to reiterate that amount because as I was reading your information and realized you need 440 units of blood a day.
Every single day. That means 440 people need to come in every single day.
Because Blood Assurance, you all serve not just Tennessee, but it's the surrounding states as well.
You're correct. We're in 5 states. We are in Alabama, a little bit of North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia, and I tell you, it's amazing how far we've grown over the past few years. But we're doing a great job of supplying those hospitals, and that's our mission and that's our goal.
Right. And you said it goes out as soon as it comes in.
It does, as soon as it's tested and ready to go. People are using it. We think about trauma, but there's also people that use blood for their for cancer treatments. So when you think about, there's not been a wreck or something, well, there's people that use it in their medical diagnoses and all. So it's very important that we have it on the shelf and ready to go when the hospitals need it.
Now, what about cancer patients? Are they allowed or able to donate?
When you've been cancer-free for over 1 year, you can give blood. Now, that doesn't include people who had blood cancers, like leukemia. Those people cannot give blood. But it is a great way to celebrate your anniversary of being cancer-free, is to come and give blood. It's a great way for your family and friends to do that. As a celebration of your life and your beating cancer, it's a good thing to come out and donate blood.
And one of the other myths that I was reading about talked about I can't donate because I have a tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of myths out there.
I've never heard that.
As long as you go to a licensed tattoo artist, and they have to have certification and certificates and licenses, then you're okay to give once you've healed up. But there are still some states that don't allow you to give blood after having a tattoo. You have to wait for a deferral of 6 months to a year.
Okay, and that's just because of
the fact that they're using a needle
okay.
into your arm.
I see.
Correct.
And the difference in giving plasma versus giving blood?
Well, we actually, Blood Assurance only takes whole blood and platelets, which is through the apheresis system, because most people are familiar with plasma as being paid for. So you go and you donate plasma and you get paid for that. Blood Assurance only uses volunteer donors, and volunteer blood donors are the only products that can go into a human being. If you get paid for your donation, it will go into research and testing. But if you want to actually save a life, Blood Assurance's blood only goes into patients because it's volunteer only.
Okay.
So we don't pay for it. We're a nonprofit. We depend on volunteers every single day to give blood, and it's just an important part of life that people forget about. They don't wake up every day and say, I think I'm going to give blood today.
Right. Well, and it's so vitally important.
It is.
You know, just talking to you, just bringing that fact to light, and I think our audience would be enlightened to know these things as well. Tell us too, before we have to close, about the scholarship that you offer.
We have a scholarship. It's the Crystal Green Memorial Scholarship, and it's for high school students who attend a school where Blood Assurance draws blood and has blood drives. So you are eligible to apply for that. You have to design a blood drive or a marketing campaign. So you get to do T-shirts, or design a T-shirt, or work with the media. You just have your whole plan laid out, and we ask for all those to be sent in to us by March the 31st, and we actually award 12 $1,500 scholarships from that.
That's wonderful. I didn't realize that you offered that scholarship. I have a senior this year.
You better get on it.
Well, and it's a creative way to get involved as well.
And it's a way for us to give back to those students. As I said, so many of the high school students donate blood. It's a way for us to help too.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Linda, for joining us.
Me.
And I hope our viewers have enjoyed our conversation and have understood the importance of giving blood. They need 440 units of blood per day, Blood Assurance does. So if you have any questions, you can call them. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. But thank you for joining us today. We will see you next time on WTNB Today.
Cameron Company Medical Equipment, conveniently located at 175 Sequoia Road in Cleveland, offers a large array of durable medical equipment from power wheelchairs and scooters to walk-in tubs and hospital beds. Cameron Company Medical Center also offers home and portable oxygen systems, diabetic testing supplies, manual wheelchairs, stair and wheelchair lifts, as well as home wheelchair ramps. We also have state-of-the-art portable ramps and carriers for all of your wheelchair needs. We also offer service and repairs for our products and most of your existing equipment if needed. Our friendly and professional staff can take care of any of your medical billing needs. Cameron Company Medical Equipment has become a leader in our industry with a reputation to give the best of everything that we offer. For questions and information, please give us a call at 423-614-5962. Cameron Company Medical Equipment, Sales, Service, and Repair. We make medical equipment affordable.
The Cleveland Housing Authority, serving Bradley County since 1959. The Cleveland Housing Authority's mission is to provide affordable, safe, and sanitary housing opportunities to low-end and moderate-income families, including elderly and handicapped persons, while supporting programs to foster economic self-sufficiency. Our newly redeveloped premier housing, the Bach Glimmer Townhomes, just steps from the beautiful campus of Lee University, feature updated kitchen appliances, washer-dryer hookups in each unit, and private back patios for you to enjoy with your family. These newly renovated 2-bedroom, 1-bath townhomes are available for families, individuals, and students who qualify. Income and employment documentation is required for all residents. Flexible monthly rental options are available, so contact us today to see if you qualify for premier housing from the Cleveland Housing Authority. Visit www.clevelandhousingauthority.com or call us 423-479-9659.